Shabditam
Vedyase anugrihitam me
Vesyasya Anugrihitam me
Samprasnayi vivritam vidi
Samprashna Vivritam Vidi
Madhyam Mahimanam Cha
Madhyam Mahimanam Cha
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Vetasya Anugrihitam me
Vesyasya Anugrihitam me
Samprashne Vivritam Vidi
Samprashna Vivritam Vidi. Mataji's.
Madhyam Mahimanam Cha
Madhyam Mahimanam Cha
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Vesyasya Anugrihitam me
Vesyasya Anugrihitam me
Samprashna Vivritam Vridi
Samprashna Vivritam Vridi
Madhyam Mahimanam Cha
Madhyam Mahimanam Cha
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Vesyasya Anugrihitam me
Vesyasya Anugrihitam me
Samprashna Vivritam Vridi
Samprashna Vivritam Vridi. Word for word. Madhyam,
Madhyam
pertaining to me.
pertaining to me
Mahimanam,
Mahimanam
glories.
glories
Cha,
Cha
and
and
Param Brahma,
Brahma
the Supreme Brahman,
the Supreme Brahman,
the Absolute Truth.
the absolute truth.
Iti,
Iti
thus.
the
Shabditam,
Sabditam
celebrated.
celebrated.
Vetsyasi,
Vedyase
you shall understand.
you shall understand.
Anugrihitam,
Anugrihitam
being favored.
Being favored
Me,
me
by me.
by me.
Samprashne,
Samprashna
by inquiries.
By inquiries.
Vivritam,
Vivritam
thoroughly explained.
thoroughly
explained
Ridi,
reading
within the heart.
within the heart.
Translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. You will be thoroughly advised and favored by me, and because of your inquiries, everything about my glories, which are known as Parang Brahma, will be manifest within your heart. Thus you will know everything about me. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matasmatir jnana bohanam cha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma, is situated in everyone's heart, and from him come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. The Lord reveals himself in proportion to one's surrender to him. Yayatamam prapadyante tangs tathaiva bhajamyaham. In responsive cooperation, the Lord reveals himself in proportion to one's surrender. That which is revealed to one who fully surrenders is different from what is revealed to one who surrenders partially. Everyone naturally surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, either directly or indirectly. The conditioned soul surrenders to the laws of nature in material existence. But when one fully surrenders to the Lord, material nature does not act upon him. Such a fully surrendered soul is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Mame prapadyante mayametam tarantite. One who fully surrendered to the Lord has no fear of the modes of material nature, for everything is but an expansion of the Lord's glories. Sarvam kal idam Brahma. And these glories are gradually revealed and realized. The Lord is the Supreme Purifier. Parang Brahma, Parang Dhama, Pavitrang Paramang Bhavan. The more one is purified and the more he wants to know about the Supreme, the more the Lord reveals to him. Full knowledge of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan is revealed to the pure devotees. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 10:11, Tejamevānukam partham aham ajnanajantama nashayami atmabhavastho jnanadipena bhashvata. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. I'll read the verse one more time. You will be thoroughly advised and favored by me, and because of your inquiries, everything about my glories, which are known as Parang Brahma, will be manifest within your heart. Thus you will know everything about me. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhutam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Beneficial to all of you. So, I'll read the verse one more time. You will be thoroughly advised and favored by me, and because of your inquiries, everything about my glories, which are known as Parang Brahma, will be manifest within your heart. Thus you will know everything about me. So here the Lord is saying that because you have inquired about me, then everything about my glories, which are known as Param Brahman, will be manifest within your heart. So here we can see how it's important to inquire about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because when we inquire, when we show eagerness, then the Lord reciprocates. As Prabhupada quoted in the purport this verse, Ye tamam prapadyante tam sutaiva bhajameham mama bhartmanu vartante manusya partasavishna. That as one surrenders unto me, I reward him accordingly. So when Krishna sees that we're eager to know about him, we're inquisitive, then he guides us how we can get knowledge about him. He guides us to a spiritual master, a devotee who has knowledge of him, who can speak to us and give us knowledge about him. And also from within the heart, he reveals himself more and more gradually as we advance in devotional service. He said in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, that I can be known by devotional service. So, and in the purport, Prabhupada says also that by our surrender to Krishna, then he reveals himself to us. So to surrender to Krishna means to accept his instructions and follow the devotional service. Krishna instructs, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyati mamna sadhu mami vaishasi satyante pratijane priyosime. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. So if we surrender to Krishna, then we should try to follow his instructions by always remembering him, trying to become his devotee, worship him, and offer our respectful obeisances to Krishna. So when Krishna sees that we're sincere, in following these practices, and we follow them not just for the sake of following them or just mechanically, but we follow them with the mood to try to please Krishna and try to get his favor. Then Krishna is very pleased with us for our efforts, and then he reveals himself to us from within the heart, and this is the only way that we can actually know Krishna, when he reveals himself to us. The example is given like if we want to see the president, we can't just force our way into his office and see him. We need to follow the process, which is authorized to get an audience with the governor, and then only we can see him. So similarly, God is the greatest personality. Is the controller of all the controllers of the universe. So people say that I don't believe in God because I haven't seen him, but we have to understand that it's not so easy to see God. Not everybody can see God just by demanding to see him. We have to follow the process, which is recommended to see God. And in the scriptures it is said that it describes many devotees who have seen God by following this process, and it describes the process. So if we follow this process, then we will also be able to see God face to face. The Brahma Samhita it is said, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanana, that the pure devotees whose eyes have been anointed with a love for Krishna, they can see him always, because Krishna is actually present everywhere, in everything. And the devotee who has love for Krishna, he can see Krishna in everything. And after giving up his body, he goes to the spiritual world to associate with Krishna and see him face to face. So this is the process of Bhakti Yoga. So here one can ask also, because in the verse it said that you'll be thoroughly advised and favored by me, and because of your inquiries, everything about my glories, which are known as Param Brahman, will be manifest within your heart. So then one may ask, what is the benefit of knowing Krishna, the benefit of knowing Krishna's glories? So the benefit is that Krishna is all attractive. So once we know Krishna, then we'll become attracted to him, because nobody who knows Krishna's wonderful qualities, his wonderful beauty, his sweet character, nobody can remain indifferent to Krishna. Everybody will become automatically attracted by Krishna, because he's the best person, he's the most kind person, he's the most grateful person. In the Nectar of Devotion, there are 64 qualities of Krishna described. Of course, Krishna has unlimited qualities, but there Rupa Goswami specifically mentions 64 prominent qualities. And it's nice to read Krishna's qualities because when we read them, we'll realize that he's such a nice person. He's always so grateful. And one of his qualities is gratefulness, that whatever little devotional service a devotee renders, Krishna never forgets it. Krishna is like the bee. Even if somebody has so many bad qualities, he'll go and find that one good quality that the person has, and he'll remember that quality. And that's why the effects of devotional service, they are eternal, because Krishna never forgets anything, any little thing that we do for him. In the material world, if we want to attain success, we have to work till the end. If we stop in midway, then we lose everything. All the endeavor that we put into it is wasted. But in devotional service, it's not like that. Whatever little bit we perform for Krishna's pleasure, that benefit is there eternally, even after we give up our body. In the next life, we'll start from where we left off. So, by knowing Krishna, we can develop our love for him. And when we develop love for him, then that's the greatest happiness. The greatest happiness is performing devotional service to Krishna in pure love. It's confirmed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srimad bhagavatam pramanamamalam prema pumartho mahan Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Matamidam Yatra Nakara. That there is nothing superior to there's no superior Vedic literature to the Srimad Bhagavatam, and that there is no greater achievement for a human being than developing love for Krishna. So, because when we attain love for Krishna, that is the greatest happiness. We're all looking for happiness, eternal happiness. But happiness in this material world is temporary. It only lasts for a few minutes, few hours, and then it's gone. So those who are really intelligent, they should try to attain eternal happiness. And that happiness which will never be interrupted by suffering. Here in this material world, there is no escaping the threefold miseries: birth, death, old age, and disease. So those who are intelligent should try to get out of this material world and attain real happiness, eternal happiness in the spiritual world. One may ask that, why should I surrender to Krishna? I can just live my life, and even if there are some miseries here, I can live happily by my own endeavors. But we won't be able to live here for long, because if we don't surrender to Krishna, we're forced to surrender to the laws of nature. At the time of death, everything will be taken away from us, and we have no control over what will happen to us, what body we'll get after we give up this one. We may go to hell if we have performed sinful activities, and then after that we may attain an animal's body. Or when I was coming here to Paris, I saw lying on the street, there was these homeless people, and everything was frozen, and they were lying on the ground there sleeping with no socks and their skin exposed to the frost. So in this material world, there's so much suffering, and if we perform sinful activities, then we may also have to suffer like that. So it's better if we take guidance from the scriptures and follow the process of devotional service, so we can get out of this place of suffering and attain our natural position of serving Krishna and great love and happiness in the spiritual world. So then once we understand that devotional service is important, then we should inquire about how to properly execute it. The first aphorism in the Vedanta Sutra is Atato Brahma Jigyasa. But now we should inquire about the absolute truth, how to attain the absolute truth. Then there is a Sambandha, Abhidaya, and Prayojan. The Sambandha Gyan, first we should understand our relationship with first of all, who am I? Once we understand that I'm the soul, I'm not this body, then we can understand why spiritual knowledge is important. Because actually, I'm the soul, I'm spiritual. And this body, all this material education is not as important as spiritual education, because material education is only for maintaining the body, which won't last forever. But our main mission in life is to give happiness to ourselves, our real self, the soul. So for that, we should understand who we are, and then we can understand how important spiritual life is for us. So that is Sambandha, Abhidaya. Abhidaya is the process. Process is the spiritual life, devotional service, practicing Krishna consciousness, and Prayojan is the goal of a pure devotional service to Krishna. So we should inquire from this, and Prabhupada said that there's a nice verse in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvadhi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So here, Krishna is explaining the process of inquiring, of finding out the truth. First, we should approach a bona fide spiritual master. We should be careful to hear from the right person, a bona fide spiritual master who's coming in disciplic succession from Krishna. Real knowledge is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, and it comes down in the disciplic succession. And one who has properly heard in the disciplic succession and has realized the knowledge himself, he is a bona fide spiritual master. So we should inquire from him, and our mode should be submissive, pranipat. We should surrender to him and render service. And then after rendering service, then we have the right to submissively inquire from the spiritual master, and he'll be very happy to reveal all the secrets of transcendental knowledge to us, so that we can progress on and on in our Krishna consciousness. So, to progress in Krishna consciousness, we should be eager to know what is the right way to practice Krishna consciousness. There are many guidelines given in the scriptures, and we should read them. Read these wonderful books given by Srila Prabhupada. He took so much time and care to translate all these books for us, to give us knowledge how to practice spiritual life. So we should be eager to read the books also. In the Bhakti Yoga Sindhu, it said, Yashastra Vidyam Utsricha Shriti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatrike Vidyam Vina Ekantiki Hare Bhakti Utpataya Vakalpate. And one who engages in devotional service without relationship to the regulations of the scriptures, it just creates a disturbance in society. So we should read the scriptures to understand what is the right way to practice devotional service. Sometimes we see that devotees, they seem to be devotees for a long time, but still they're not developing, they're not getting a change of heart. So then the advice I would give to them is that they should read the scriptures, read the bhagavatam, and see if they're practicing properly. We have to be introspective, because this process is a scientific process. It gives step by steps. It's a step-by-step process, and we can directly perceive the results. It's said in the Bhagavad Gita, Raja Vidya Rajaguhyam Paritram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharmam Suzukam Kartamabhyayam. That this knowledge is the king of education. It is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. Is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. So in this verse it is said that we get direct perception by realization of how we're advancing. So Srila Prabhupada, he in various places in the scriptures, he gives us different tests, how we can test our advancement in Krishna consciousness. In one place he says that our advancement in Krishna consciousness can be tested by how we become detached from material life, material enjoyment, and also, of course, by how we're developing our love for Krishna. When we see the deities, we can start to understand that here is actually Krishna himself. It's not just a statue. And then we begin to serve him with love. By hearing about Krishna, by reading about his wonderful qualities, then we begin to develop our love for him. Srila Prabhupada gave us the Krishna book. He was so eager to translate the Krishna book that he stopped doing the bhagavatam to do the Krishna book, because the Krishna book is all about Krishna's wonderful activities. And it is said in the beginning of the Krishna book that one who wants to increase his attraction for Lord Krishna should read the Krishna book. And by reading the Krishna book, one will increase your attraction to Krishna. So, yeah, so I was talking about how we should be introspective to see if we're advancing in Krishna consciousness. and we should find out the proper way to execute Krishna consciousness. It said that the spiritual life, it runs on 3 tracks: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So we should take help from all these. We should be inquisitive and inquire from the spiritual master, take guidance from the sadhus, and read the Shastras so that we can be sure that we're on the for spiritual advancement. As the Prabhupada said that to be Krishna conscious, we first need to be conscious. We need to be conscious ourselves and not just do things just without thinking. Like many people in the world, they finish school and they don't know what to do. So then everybody else is going to college, so I guess I'll go to college, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with my degree. So then they spend another 4 years doing that, and then after they finish college, they don't really know what they're going to do. They try to find a job because that's what everybody does. And then they don't know what the goal of life is. They're just like living, just trying to work to feed themselves and try to enjoy as much as they can, whenever they can. But we shouldn't live just like that without being conscious of who we are and what the goal of our life is. So if we understand that we're part and parcel of Krishna, the spirit soul, and the only way we can be happy is by reviving our relationship with Krishna. The Prabhupada gives a nice example of the body and the hands, the parts of the body. Like Krishna is the body as a whole, and we as parts of Krishna are like different parts of the body. So if the hand wants to try to enjoy separately from the body, it's not possible. If the hand, if we have a nice sweet, the hand wants to enjoy it separately. It thinks, why should I serve the body, giving all the nice food to the stomach? I want to enjoy it myself. Is it possible? The hand just tries to mush the food. It'll just destroy it. The process has to be to put the food into the stomach, and then all the parts of the body, they become nourished and satisfied. So that's the same case with us. If we try to enjoy ourselves separately from Krishna, we'll just become frustrated. Then the only way we can really be happy is by engaging ourselves in the service to Krishna and reestablishing our lust-loving relationship with Krishna and leaving this temporary place, which is compared to a prison house, and going back to our real home, which is the spiritual world. So if we understand that this is our goal in life, then we should be conscious of it at every moment and utilize all our energy, all our time to attain that goal, and be mindful of that while we're performing our activities. When we engage in the service of Krishna, we should be conscious that I'm trying to do this for Krishna's pleasure, so that he'll be pleased with me and he'll save me from this terrible ocean. It is described that the analogy is given that this human body is like a boat for crossing over the ocean of material existence. And this material world is compared to a great ocean. A spiritual master is compared to the captain, and the scriptures are compared to the favorable winds, assuming that it's a sailboat. For a sailboat, the favorable wind is very conducive for making the travel go well. So anybody who doesn't take advantage of this human form, which is the boat, the spiritual master, which is the captain, the Vedic literatures, which are the favorable wind, and to cross over this ocean of material existence is considered to be committing suicide. And so if somebody thinks that I've got a human form, well then I'm on the boat. So then what's the hurry? Why do I need to practice so seriously? Why do I need to use all of my time for Krishna? But you don't want to stay on the boat, on the ocean, because the ocean is dangerous. Any moment there can be a storm, and then who knows, if the boat will be turned over, because this human form is very rare, and we have a very special opportunity now in this time in Kali Yuga, just a few years after Lord Chaitanya appeared, just a few years after Krishna appeared, because Krishna appears only one day in Brahma, and one day of Brahma is many millions and millions of years. But Krishna appeared just 5,000 years ago, and Lord Chaitanya appeared just 500 years ago. So this time is very special. We have everything we need to make our life successful and go back home, back to Godhead. So we shouldn't miss this opportunity, thinking that, oh, I can finish Krishna consciousness in next birth, because well, first of all, we have to, as long as we stay in this material world, we have to suffer inevitable sufferings like disease, birth, death, old age, and so many different things. There's the too much heat, too much cold, miseries caused by the body and mind, miseries caused by other living entities, and natural disasters. So these things will always be there. So one who's intelligent should be serious and finish this business in this life, as Sri Prabhupada said. He said it's possible, so we should try our best to do it. That'll be the best thing for us. And so I was talking about how devotional service is scientific. So there's a process of devotional service. There's 9 stages. It starts with Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and Prem. So in the beginning we need to have a little bit of faith in this process to associate with the devotees. Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. When we have a little bit of faith, we can see like, oh, these people are happy. What is it that makes them happy? So then we come associate with the devotees, and by the association of the devotees, then we get to be engaged in devotional service. The devotees engage us in devotional service. So then we start the process of Bhajana Kriya, and then Anartha Nivritti. By performing devotional service, all that is troublesome in the heart becomes removed. Nashtaprayashu abhadreshu nityam bhavata sevaya bhagavatir utamashloke bhaktir bhavatir naishtaki. By regular attendance on classes on the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, everything that is troublesome in the heart becomes almost completely removed, and then irrevocable loving service unto Transcendent Lord becomes established as an irrevocable fact. So by performing devotional service and the association of devotees, then we become fixed in devotional service. And then Tadarajastamo bhava kamalobhadayastaye ete chetar anavidham stijam sattve prasivati. That when devotional service is established, when it's fixed in devotional service, then the effect of nature's lower modes of passion and ignorance, such as desire, hankering, lamentation, they disappear from the heart, and then one becomes situated in goodness, and then one becomes completely happy. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 1-19. So by following the process of devotional service, everything that's troubling in our heart, that becomes removed. That's the stage of Anartha Nivritti. And then we become fixed in devotional service. Nishtha. We're no longer troubled by the problems of the world. And then we become completely happy. And then next verse it says, Vidyate hridaya grantis, chidyante sarva samshaya. No, it's not that one. 1-20. Somebody can look it up? Srimad Bhagavatam 1-20.
One to 20.
Yeah.
We seek for translation.
Mhm.
Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association.
Yeah, so then in that stage, we gain positive scientific knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that this is how we can attain knowledge of the Lord, by engaging in devotional service. When we become fixed in devotional service, and when we become transcendental to the three modes, and then in that stage of pure goodness, we can understand the Supreme Absolute Truth. And once we understand Him, then we develop our love for Him. So it's 10 to 9. Does anybody have any questions? Comments?
Okay, any questions? Well, thank you already for the class, because it was really nicely sum up of our philosophy, I think we covered pretty much all our main practical points, and tattva, also Sambandha, Abhidai, Prayojana, then the 9 processes of devotional service. So we kind of got it all wrapped nicely in one overview class. And so if I followed well, which it was not followed as well, but we just have to be, from what I understood, we have to be patient, practically speaking advices is to be introspective, that's what you mentioned, to just not let things go mechanically, because this is, let's say, better than nothing, but it's not really transforming the heart. And then to be, from what I understood, patient, because the process takes time, and it's not like that obvious sometimes to get out of the low gunas of material energy for those who already got in contact with them before. And then, from what I understood, what could help also is association with sadhus. You said that we need guidance of 3, of sadhu, shastra, and guru, of course. Sometimes guru is personally is not always available, let's say, geographically speaking, but his classes are always there, and the instruction is always there. I hear how you all the time listen to the spiritual master, or maybe it's a sadhu, but I don't know, Radha Maharaj. We know him for his wonderful katha, and so sweet. And and then would you think of something else that could help in case on the way we can get a little bit discouraged from seeing that the goal is very far from where we are?
Yeah, and in the Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami gives 6 principles which are favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. And first one is we must be enthusiastic, and I find that enthusiasm is, you can become enthusiastic by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, because in the Srimad Bhagavatam there's so much encouragement how we can attain the Lord. Just in the 2nd verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Tamram projita kaito traparmo nirmatsaranam sutam Vedyavastam Matravatu Shivam Tavachayan Muranam Shivan Bhavate Mahamani Putakan Vakara Ishvara Sadhya Vidya Rudite Chikutivi Shushu Shurish Patkshana. That just by hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam with great attention, then the personality of Godhead automatically becomes revealed in our heart, becomes manifest in our heart. And then Krishna guides us, as Srila Prabhupada also quoted here in this verse, Tesham evanukam bhartam, that to show mercy to my devotees who are always serving me, and I destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance, and I give them knowledge on about how they can come to me. So once we start to, so we can see that, Krishna reciprocates with us once we perform devotional service with sincerity, and once we receive the reciprocation from Krishna, and we become really happy, really enthusiastic to do more, because it's so nice when Krishna reciprocates with you, because he reciprocates in such a nice way that makes you so happy and want to please him more and more. So by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, we can get encouragement that this process is authorized, and many people have attained success by performing this process. Just like there's the story of Narada Muni, that he was just a servant of the son of a maidservant, and he was just a random person, just a little boy. He had no spiritual qualification, and was just like anyone. But by serving he got the association of these devotees by hearing from them about Krishna, by serving them, and by tasting the remnants of their food. He became a great devotee, Narada Muni. So by following this process also, then we can also attain to that stage. So Srila Rupa Goswami says, the first thing is utsahan, then nishchayat. You should have confidence that just by performing devotional service, we can attain the perfection of life. And we should have faith in Krishna, that he's going to protect us, and he's going to maintain us, and he's ultimately going to give us the result that we're desiring, which is pure devotional service to him. We're sincere. Utsahan nishchayat dharyat, and we have to be patient. That we can't force Krishna to reveal himself to us or to give us happiness. We have to just be sincere and wait for Krishna's mercy. Be patient, and nishchayat tat karma pravartana. You should follow the regulative principles as described in the Shastras for devotional service. Sangatyag, give up that association, and Satovrite, associate with devotees. And Srila Rupa Goswami writes that these 6 principles assure the complete success of pure devotional service. So there's no, it doesn't leave any room for doubt. Does that help?
Yes, that does help. I particularly also appreciated when you actually described the Lord as being the best person and grateful, kind person. It felt real when you described it, and so I figured from that actually the more you are in Sattva Guna, maybe the more you perceive things as they are, and so it's like becomes more realized that actually he could not harm, because it's not his nature. But in the beginning, when I'm still beginning the journey, it's like because of association with lower gunas, it's like sometimes you don't know, like, is he mean, is he we do not know. When someone has total control, it's like in this world, from your let's say experience, it's not always the all good, let's say. It can be different times, different situations. But thank you for just also marking this point, highlighting that he is actually ultimate good. There's like summa bonum. There is nothing he can do bad to you. It rises my faith. Thank you so much. Would you had a question?
Nobody has anything?
Anything else?
Because I don't know if I'll be able to talk.
voice.
Yeah, I made a. I was supposed to give this class, but because my voice, I asked Subhadra.
Oh wow.
But I made some research on it. One thing interesting is that Matya came twice.
Twice.
First he came to recover the Vedic, the demon Hare had stolen him, and he went to the bottom of the ocean.
Okay.
And then Lord Matsya came and rescued the Vedas and gave to Lord Brahma.
Okay.
And this pastime here now that we are saying, the second time that he came, and yeah, he came to favor King Satyavrata. One thing interesting that by this pastime we can know a little bit of the personality of God, Krishna, because it's a little bit funny.
His sense of humor, yeah.
Yeah, Krishna has a good sense of humor. Small fish and growing. Also with Lord Brahma, he came from the nostril of Lord Brahma one time. So Krishna is funny. And another thing also is that that I found is that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says that just past time, what didn't happen at night of Lord Brahma, that it was midday. But what happened is that during midday, Lord Brahma felt a little bit asleep and he took a nap. And during the night, a little time of Lord Brahma, all this pastime with much happened. No, that is the verdict of Acharya Vishwanath Chakravarti. I took it from a sannyasi that gave the class. What his name is? Stoka Krishna Maharaj.
That's mentioned in the purport to the previous verse.
Huh?
It's described in the purport to the previous verse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That wasn't night of Brahma.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was daytime, but just a nap.
Yeah.
During the nap of Lord Brahma.
Because normally when it's a night, it's like all inundation, like it goes like what partial destruction, right? Of
Yeah.
the universe. But here it was just a nap, and already we have a problem. Like, it's like really connection.
Okay. Going to add Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming and listening patiently.
Okay, Subhadra mtj.
Move that forward. Yeah, we don't stop this thing.
Sorry, we didn't put it back. Oh, not okay.
Shower,